Hello and welcome to the show. 10 long months have passed since the Saxons lost the Battle of Meadford. Lord Edwin is now ready to take the field and try and stop the Scotti scourge, and it may just be his last attempt. If you haven't already done so, I'll be grateful for a sub. Otherwise, let's get on with it. So here are the Scotti, led by Lord Ronal MacDonald the Cruel, who's been giving the Saxons so many problems over the last few years. There are two nobles to help him tonight, Big MacDougall and Neeps McFlurry. He's on the left and Big Mac's on the right. There are 4 groups of raiders, one of which is 8 strong, 1 group of noble raiders, 2 groups of foot skirmishers with the noble Haggis McMuffin, 1 group of slingers for the missiles, 1 group of noble raider cavalry and 1 group of skirmish cavalry. Additional mercenaries to help the battle tonight are 2 groups of 6 raider cavalry and 1 group of 6 raiders. That's certainly quite a large cavalry force, and that's one reason why I've put Lord Ronal in his chariot for this battle. Haven't used that before, so that'll be interesting to see how it works. And here's the Saxons under Lord Edwin with his champion Wulfhere. On the left is Elflager and on the right Elf Porter. They have 2 groups of Hearthguard, 4 groups of warriors, 2 of which are 8 strong, and 1 group of missiles. These are desperate times for Lord Edwin, and he's used all his available cash reserves to get in some mercenaries, which are 2 groups of warriors and 1 group of archers, missiles. If he loses this battle, he has nowhere to go. The 2 warbands are meeting in a long valley. There is high ground to the top right and high ground to the bottom left. A stream runs down the edge of the valley on the top right of the board. This will be a minor obstacle. All patches of rough ground will be minor obstacles and bog areas will be medium obstacles. The Saxon deployment zone is top left and the Scotti deployment zone is bottom right. Saxon deployment. Again, looking up the valley, river bog on the left, Scotti down the far end, high ground to the right and high ground to the left. Okay, this is the Scotti end of the table and the view up the valley towards the Saxons, the river and high ground on the right, a little bit of bog and rough ground and high ground on the left. Okay, this is the Saxon deployment. Lord Edwin on the left with 2 Hearthguard and 1 group of warriors. On the right is Elflager, 2 groups of warriors, 1 behind, 1 group of missiles on both flank, and the reserve at the moment is Elf Porter and 2 groups of warriors. Scotti deployment. Lord Ronal front and centre in his chariot, surrounded by all the mounted troops. On the left flank we have Big MacDougall with the noble raiders, and 1 group of missiles and 1 group of skirmishers. Over on the right flank it's Neeps McFlurry, 3 groups of raiders, 1 group of skirmishers with Haggis McMuffin. It's the battle preliminaries now, and we join the champions in single combat, and Hamish is already on 3 wounds. Two hits and 2 saves. Oh, look at that, look at that. Right, now Hamish is down to 3. Does he push it? Does he push it? Ooh, I think I'll give it one more go. Right, 3 for Wulfhere's attack. 2 only for Hamish. 2 hits. It's 1. Oh, he saved 1. He's got another wound though. And the attack for Hamish is 1. And Wulfhere saves that as well. So it's 4 wounds to 0. And I think at that stage Hamish will bow out because he's got 4 wounds to Wulfhere's nothing. So that's the end of the champions combat. Okay, so after the single combat, the Saxon force morale is up to 10. They got +2 because Hamish withdrew. Now we're going to have a bit of a booze up
So it's black for the Saxons and red for the Scotti. So 2 is no noteworthy effect. But a 6 though, your forces add an additional dice 6 per group in all rounds of combat fought. Interesting. If an enemy routs due to negative combat result, they will always pursue immediately, moving 2 dice 6. If they make contact, resulting combat fought immediately, add 2 Bebamus cards to the fate deck. Bebamus cards going in. Okay, chatting with the gods. There are no priests. 2 bad omens. This is for the Scotti. Add 1 portentous sign to the fate deck and reduce players' force morale by 1. So Scotti force morale is now on 8. 6 for the Saxons. Hallelujah. Add 2 points to force morale and increase players' fate card hand size by 1. Force morale 12. And speech, the Scotti will get +1 because they have a bard. So they have 7. You can't get any more than that. So men willingly believe that which they wish. Increase the king or warlord status by 1. So Ronal is level 4 and the fate deck goes up by 1. So they're on 6. And for action, nor utterance, nor the power of speech, add 1 point to force morale. So the Saxons are on 13.
Okay, so here's the cards for tonight. Both warbands have 6 in their hand. Saxons, aggressive charge; Goad, aggressive charge; true aim, carpe diem, and desperare. And the Scotti, darting blow, aggressive charge, step forth, bounding move, armor bright, and carpe diem. The initial rolls for force morale had the Saxons on 8 and the Scotti on 9. But after the preliminaries, the Saxons done really well to get their force morale up to 13, but the Scotti down to 8. That's perhaps a bit odd, given the state of play in the Old North over the past few months, but there we are, that's the way it goes. Perhaps the Scotti just want to get back home and have a few glasses of mead.
Alright, first thing I need to do for the Scotti is to roll to see whether the mercenaries, the raider mercenaries, run away. So they're a bit fickle, unlike the Saxon mercenaries. So first of all, the raider cavalry at the back, they've gone. The other raider cavalry, they're okay. And one of the raider groups, they're okay. So the cavalry contingent for the Scotti, not quite so good. And was it a good idea for Ronal to be in his chariot? Well, we shall see. Okay, first group up are the Scotti missiles. They're going to just swing out onto the flank, try and get up as far as they can. And the Scotti Lord is up. Now, because the Scotti Lord is in his chariot, all he can do really is take off shock here. So I may have done a bit of a faux pas with that because he's level 4. So all of that command initiative is going to be wasted effectively. The cavalry will operate on a Scotti cavalry card being drawn. And obviously Ronal will go with them. Alright, Neeps and his gang here. Off they go. 10. And he's telling the gang behind to go up behind, which they do. Saxon leader 2, Elf Porter. Well, of course, he's stuck behind everybody else, so he can't go anywhere. Scotti skirmishers. Okay, 10. They're going to push across over the little stream. Haggis goes with them. And the other group. Great move, 16. Elflager. 7. And the other group go 11, so I'm going to push them out to the flank there. Big MacDougall is 13. Good move. That's the Noble Raiders. They'll lose actually 3 for that. I'll come back a little bit on this group. I'll go up behind. Lord Edwin and his large formation here goes 8. Saxon missiles. The other Saxon missiles. Again, they don't lose anything for that rough. And finally, Scotti cavalry. Right, what is Ronal going to do? He's going to come over the side here with the... So he's going to move the with the raider cavalry here. So they're going to come over the side here. The skirmish cavalry are going to push forward for a screen. They go 13 plus 6, 19. And the Raider Cavalry, Noble Raider Cavalry, also come over to a flank here with Ronal. Okay, just preliminary moves at the moment. We can see that Ronal's pushing up his cavalry on the left. The two main groups of, or formations of raiders going straight down the middle, with a bit of skirmish action on the right pushing over the river. And meanwhile, across the other end of the valley, down the valley, the Saxons are just getting into one massive shield wall by the looks of it. Alright, Scotti leader 2, which is Neeps McFlurry. He's just going to tell this group to move around here, which they do, and they'll join up. So they are now one formation. Saxon leader 1 will get his group here to join up. So they are now one formation, Elf Lager. Scotti missiles. Another stonking move, 17. Saxon Lord. Alright, I think he goes forward a bit. He goes 10. Saxon missiles. $11. And over the other side, the Saxon missiles here will fire at the Scotti missiles. That's 4, 5, 6 to hit. 3 hits. 5 shots, 6 kill. 1 shock. Right, Scotti cavalry. So the skirmish cavalry are going to come up here to within range, which they do. They get 8 plus 4, which is more than enough. Right in the face of the Hearthguard. 4, 5, 6 to hit. 3 hits. And shocking on a 5, 6. 1 point of shock. Not going to do a great deal at the moment. Right, Ronal is going to get all of this cavalry to go around. I think it's going to be this location. That's where he's aiming for, just by the missiles. They go 6 plus 6 is 12. Not brilliant. I guess the Noble Raider Cavalry have to dice separately. They go 10, 16. Alright, Elf Porter. That's 16, so they might have been left behind a minute ago, but they're certainly running to get up. these are the mercenaries. Obviously been promised a bit of dosh for doing their business. Scotti skirmishers, they're just going to basically come across here and get into that bulk there. They'll lose 1 pip per die, so they'll lose 3, that's 12, they go 9. And the other skirmishers, then we'll go 8. Final card is Big MacDougall. He will get this group to come over here, which they do. 1 and then 2 join up. So situation at the end of that turn. Again, Scotti cavalry pushing out to the left with the missiles and skirmishers. Raiders forming up, ready to push forward. But actually the Saxons are getting a move on. Their morale is good and they're going for the kill. Okay, Scotti cavalry's up now. I've just had a thought about these. Actually, they're very close to the Saxons, and Saxons have got a carpe diem, even though I don't necessarily know that. But even so, I think it's prudent for them to pull back, because I don't want them getting dispersed early in the game, especially when they can act as Raider cavalry. So they will be going over to Lord Ronal. And they go 15, 21. The other cavalry, Noble Raider cavalry, I think they're going to run down, if they can, the missiles. So it's 3 dice plus 6, so they go, what's that, 9, 15. I'll just get that. One of the Saxon missiles gone. Ronal, with his gang of Raider cavalry here, will go up to the lee of this hill here, which they do. Right, Neeps McFlurry. He's going to move up, losing 1 pip per dice for that. It's a good move though. 15 goes 12. Right, Scotti skirmishers. I guess they're going to go try 2 dice. Okay, 4, 5, 6 to hit on this Hearthguard here. That is 3 hits. And it's 5, 6 shock. 1 shock. And the other group skirmishers will just push up to this edge of the bog and I think go for the missiles there. So they'll go 2, less 1. They only go 2. So they can't engage. Big MacDougall. He will lose 1 pip per dice here. He probably wants to get up and join up with Neeps, which he does. So they are now in one big formation. Do they want to be in one big formation is another matter. Okay, Saxon missiles. They're going to play true aim. Shoot with a +1 to hit. They'll be firing at this group of raiders. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6 to hit. That is 4 hits. And it's 4, 5 shock, 6 kill. So that's 2 shock. Right, Saxon leader 2. I think the challenge for the Saxons here is there's not enough room on the battlefield for all of their groups. So I think he's just going to hold there a minute. Can't see as he can do too much. Unless he tells one of the groups to go and join Lord Edwin, which you might well do there. This lot's going to detach. They'll lose 1 pip dice for that, so they go, well, they just go up to the edge there. And old Elf Porter will stay with this lot. Right, Scotti missiles are going to come across here. In fact, they're going to go to the edge of this rough ground, which they do, even though they lose 1 pip for the, 1 inch for the shock. And they're going to fire at this group of Hearthguard. They should probably be over here a little bit because of the skirmishers in the way. Right, so it's 4, 5, 6 to hit. That's 3 hits. And it's 5 shock, 6 kill. Look at that, 2 kill. Wow. Good shooting. Alright, Scotti Lord. But of course he can't do anything because he can only take shock off. So I probably won't call him out now unless he actually does something. Elf Lager. So that's 1 formation now. I think he probably needs to be wary of those Raider Cavalry on the right. Noble Raider Cavalry, but he has no shock. So not overly worried at the moment per se. I think... what's he going to do? Well, I'll tell you what, he'll do the same as Elf Porter. He'll send this group forward to... Edwin. There go 5. And he'll just turn those for some flank protection there. Now it is Edwin, and he'll take off that point of shock and that point of shock. And I think at the moment that's all he will do. He's not going to go rushing in because that's a huge shield wall ahead of him. So there we are, end of turn. And we're nearing, I would suggest, the first major combat in the battle so far. Shield board lining up, although the Saxons are looking a little bit ragged at the moment. They need to get their act together, otherwise the Scotti will be swooping in. Okay, Scotti missiles are up again, and they're going to fire at this Hearthguard. 4, 5, 6 to hit. That's another 2 hits. And that's another kill. Can you believe it? Right, Scotti skirmishers are up now. On the same Hearthguard. 4, 5, 6 to hit. That's 4 hits. Oh. Look at that, 3 5s. That's 3 shock. They're taking a harrow in this lot. And on the other side, the other skirmishers, they'll just creep forward. I'm not going to bother doing. Oh, I suppose I better do. They're in the bog. I get 3 1s. They don't. They're going to come forward within range. They're going to attack the missiles here. They can have 5 because they've got Haggis McMuffin with them, and that's pathetic. Right, Saxon missiles go straight back at them. 1 hit. No effect. Right, Neeps McFlurry. Ooh, well now. Does he go for it? And there's a fair old way to go. It's 11. He might take 4 groups with him. He's got to take a point of shock off. Right, massive overkill, but I think they've got to do something, have the Scotti. So, Carpe Diem, aggressive charge, darting blow, and a bounding move. So they've got to get in there. Unfortunately for them, they've got the skirmishers to one side. So I think they take a point of shock as they go through. That's not a point of shock, actually. They lose 1 dice 6. So this is, so I'm back to 3 dice. Oh well. Well, 14, so that's enough to get in. Okie dokie, I'll put him opposite the Lord there. Okay, let's do the numbers then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 24 plus 4, because of the booze effect, is 28, 30, 33 for the Scotti. And the Saxons will have 1, 2, 8, 10 because they're elite, 18 plus 5 is 23. Okay, Scotti are hitting on 3s with that aggressive charge. Quite a few 1s and 2s there, so not brilliant. Okay, so it's 6, 7 and 7. Saxons hitting on a 4, 5, 6. Certainly lots of 1s and 2s there as well. That's not good. Okay, this is on warrior group. That is 3 shock, 1 kill. On the half guard. Ooh, look at that, 3 kill. Okay, well that's 2 definitely. 1, 2. Is one of the kills on Edwin? It's not. That's another kill there, 3. And over here, oh my lord, look at that. That's 2 kill and 3 shock. So that's up to 6. 1, 2. So it's a total of 6 killed. And they're going to be running away. Okay, this group of Scotti, 2 shock. Next group, 2 shock. Group, 1 kill, 1 shock. On Neeps, it is, he's wounded. Bad things happen. No effect. And final group, 1 shock, 1 kill. Right, so that is a net 5 to the Scotti. God, blimey, I can't believe it. The Saxons get hammered in these combats. Right, withdraw a minimum of 6 inches. Well, this guy, okay, fine. Let's first of all, he goes back 6. Away he goes. And he's off. That's a bad things happen for a Hearthguard group routing 4. Saxons are down to 11 force morale from that perspective. Right. The remainder of the groups go back minimum of 6. Okay, so they go the other side of this group here. So they've just withdrawn 6. If excess shock, well, no, they don't have any, and they've only got 3 with 7. But on the Scotti side, what we had was a rout, therefore these guys have got to automatically run after them. Right, so I guess it's these guys here. So away they go, 9. They're chasing after them. I mean, they're not going to go around, so I think they just smash into these guys here. Another combat. The remainder of the formation, there's no excess shock, so they will be retiring as per the darting blow, which is 2 dice 6. They go back 9. Right, we'll have an immediate combat here. It's 5 against 8. the Scotti first because they're attacking. That's 4 hits. Saxons, also 4. That's 2 kill. And that is 3 shock. Right, fall back 1 inch per shock on groups. Well, they don't have any shock, so I just assume they fight again. Scotti this time we just have 3. And Saxons have 6. Right, Scotti, 3 hits. Saxons, 2 hits. Wow, 2 kill, 1 shock. I have been forgetting that the Scotti should have got another dice because of their beer effect, so no effect on that one. And coming back at the Scotti, no effect. Right, okay, so that's 2 kill. Fall back 1 inch because of shock and advance, so they remain in combat. Right, Big MacDougall will come up here and join up, which they do. Saxon Lord, right, he's going to tell this lot to come back here and join up. Which they're so close, I'll not bother rolling for that. So they do that and join up. That's 1, 2, and take a point of shock off here. Saxon Leader 2, Elf Porter. I'll tell you what he might do. He might run over here for 1, reactivate that and join in the fight. Which he does. Okay, so the Scotti are going to get 5 less 2 is 3, plus 1 for being boozed is 4. And the Saxons will have 4, 5, 6. This time the Saxons will go first. That is 3 hits. Scotti, also 3. Damage on the Scotti is another 2 shock. Well, that's excess for them. Damage on the Saxons is 1 kill, 1 shock. Is the kill on Elf Porter? No, it's not. They're getting decimated there. Right. Excess shock, no. Excess shock, yes. 1. However, they lost the combat, so they can't advance. So that combat is now broken. Alright, Saxon Leader 1, Elf Lager. I think what does he do here? What does he do here? Let's get rid of this guy. If he goes this way, they are just going to run away. So I think let's play to your strengths, Saxons. What about if he sends this group over here to join up? He's a bit vulnerable. I think he comes across to Lord Edwin, actually. And they'll join up. So Saxon's back in the big shield wall. They've got to be a bit careful. They left this group out high and dry at the moment. They're going to have to retreat. Right, it is the Scotti cavalry. So we've got the Noble Raider cavalry here. They might just have a go. Charging in there. Yes, they make it. It's not a flank attack or anything like that. They will turn a face. Right, so the Noble Raider cavalry have 4, 5 for elite, 7 for the shock. And I guess they get an extra dice because of the booze. And the Saxons will have 3 less 1 is 2, 3, 4. Okay, cavalry first. Oh, look at that. No aggressive charge, that's 5 hits. In reply, 2 hits. Alright, damage on the Saxons is 2 kill, 2 shock. Alright, shock's up to 4. 2 kill is, well, that's definitely 1, obviously. Is 1 on Elf Porter. It is, so he's wounded. Bad things happen, no effect. And on the Nova Raider carry, 2 shock. Right, so they are broken. I think realistically they're not going to run this way right across the front of the shield wall. They've got to come back over here. So they go, first of all, they go back, 2. They barge their way through, they go another 15, 13. So they've just barged their way through the shield wall there, and they give it 2 shock to these guys. Now, I think they automatically follow up because they've had too much to drink. Oh, they go 3, which puts them not quite in contact with the shield wall there, which is just as well for them. So they're up there, they're almost falling off their horses, boozed up, they've routed one group. We've got to do a bad things happen for that, which is 3 for a warrior group, which is another 2 points, and they're down to 9. Right, Ronal and his Raider cavalry here. We'll go up to that rough ground, which they do. Skirmish cavalry will chase after them, try and get up there as quick as they can. Oh, look at that, what a great move. That's 20. And that's the end of the round. Well, the 2 shield walls are facing each other. A successful strike by the Scotti, I think, has rocked the Saxons. I've had 2 groups rout, including 1 Hearthguard. The Scotti cavalry are massing on the Saxon right, but obviously the Nova Raider cavalry have already done a job, but they nearly came a cropper getting into the shield wall. So Saxons have got to be careful here. All that morale is fizzing away very quickly. Okay, one thing I didn't do was move the uncommanded group, and they will simply come back to this. Oh, look at that formation. They can't join up though. Okay, Big Mac Dougal is up. He'll take a point of shock off here, draw a card. Needless to say, at the moment the Scotti are quite short on cards, and some of the replacements are not so good at the moment. Saxon leader Elf Lager, Saxon leader 1 Elf Lager. Now, okay, I think I've got a Carpe Diem. He's going to take a point of shock off. With these 2, he'll detach from the formation and charge these. Just to make sure, Carpe Diem, strong arm, so we'll throw some missiles first and then aggressive charge. So we'll do that. A formality, but they're in. It'll be 12 dice for the strong arm, do that first. Shocking on 5s and 6s. So that's 5 shock. 4, 5. Now here's the thing. Immediately you have excess shock. You retreat. So they go back 3. but that's still enough for them to get in. Alright, so let's do some dice. The Saxons will have 12, 13, 14, plus the 3 suited cards. And the cavalry will have 4, 5 for elite, 6 for the beer, less 3 is 3. And Saxons hitting on 3s. Well, that's a crunching hit there. I don't think these no road cavalry are going to be hanging around long. And in reply, 2 hits. Okay, damage on the no road cavalry. 2 kill. And 3 shock. So they're going to be broken regardless. And coming back, 1 shock. I guess I'll put that on that one. So they will rout. They have 8. They have 8 excess. You got another 10. Bad things happen. 2. And that's 2 points, and the Scotti are down to 6. Okay, now, do they charge after them? No, but they do advance 2. End of combat. Right, Saxon Lord is up. He will take 2 points of shock off and get them to join up. So that is now 1 formation. And of note, I've just been doing a calculation of the casualties so far. Saxons have lost 15, and with the 2 noble raider cavalry just being killed, the Scotti have lost 3. Okay, now it is the cavalry up now. Ooh. What to do? Well, I think what I'm going to do is just get the skirmish cavalry to form up with them. And they're ready to hit them. There's not enough shock on these guys yet. So they're just going to do that. In fact, I've just found this card. So we're going to do fear on this group here. That's 3 points. So they're up to 4. And now they're looking a bit dodgy. I'm not going to swoop in just yet. Let's see what happens. Right, Scotti skirmishers. Well, they will come around here and fire. So that's okay. No, in fact, sorry. They'll come around here and fire. 4, 5, 6, that's 2 hits. And 1 point of shock. And the other group of skirmishers, I think they're gonna come around to the side here, ignoring the missiles. They will lose 3 there, so they'll go 5. Well, Saxon leader 2, Elf Porter, he needs to detach from here and get up to the main formation, which he does there, and he's going to come over this side. He is wounded, so that's all he can do at the moment. Right, Scotti missiles then will fire at this group. 4, 5, 6 to hit. Oh, look at that. Now, if that was the actual effect, it would be fantastic, but it's not. The effect is 2 shock. Now they're up to 6, and now it's looking very interesting for the cavalry. Saxon missiles, I think they'll take on skirmishers. Saxon missiles will take on the skirmishers. 4 hits, and normally quite effective against them. 3-4 shock, 5-6 kill. Just 1 shock. Neeps McFlurry, he's only got 1 command initiative, so he'll take off a point of shock here. And Haggis McMuffin, now had he not fired with his skirmishes earlier, he might have been able to take that shock off. In fact, I think I only rolled 4 anyway, so he can. And lastly, uncommanded groups, I'm going to get this group to withdraw. And they go back 7. Okay, at the end of the round there, nothing dramatic happening. People just settling themselves down, getting rid of some shock. Main action was over on the right flank with the Saxons, getting rid of the Noble Raider Cavalry, which was a good effort, but they'll be looking over their right shoulder very nervously because they've got the horde of Scotti cavalry waiting to pounce. Okay, Saxon Lord's card is up, but hold on. The Scotti are playing a step forth. You can guess what's happening here. The cavalry all together are going to charge in. Now both of these groups will be able to fight back, which is good for the Saxons. So it'll be quite interesting to see what occurs. Unfortunately for the Scotti, I haven't got anything useful like aggressive charge, but they do get a +1 or +2 dice because of the Bibamus effect. So they charge, they're in. And finally, Lord Ronal in his chariot is in. Right, let's work out some dice. So the Saxons will have 12, less 4 is 8, 9, 10. Now the skirmish cavalry are able to fight as raider cavalry because the Lord is mounted. So that's 4 of them, 6 of the raider cavalry is 10. 11, 12 because of the beer. Plus 8 here is 20, plus the Lord in his chariot and champion be 25. Right, Scotti first. Hitting on 4s and up. That looks pretty good. Six and 7, so we'll have 7 on the noble side. And coming back is a disastrous 3. So 2 on that side, 1 on that side. Oh, come on. Right, Elflager's group is 4 dead, 1 shock. Right, is one of those on Elflager it is. So 1, 2, 3. Elflager wounded. Bad things happen. No effect, lucky for them. On the other group, 2 kill, 2 shock. So that's 5 killed. Alright, on the skirmish cavalry, 1 kill. And the raider cavalry, 1 kill. Is that on Ronal? No, it's not, so that's 2 kill. So it's net 3 to the Scotti. Withdraw a minimum of 6. If excess shock, add 2. Well, no, they have 4 with 4. These have 3 with 7. Well, they're broken anyway. So they will about turn and run away. Go 10. Bad things happen for a warrior group. 6. That's -3 points. The Saxons are on 6, but the Scotti are on 6 as well. Right, so that was that one. The noble cavalry, sort of wrong. Right, so the raider cavalry will have to follow up. We've got no choice because they've got the alcohol inside them. So they'll go this way. And the skirmish cavalry will come up too, I guess. I think that's about right. Combat ends. Okay, Lord Edwin is up now. I think he's going to tell this lot to... He's in a bit of trouble here. Okay, he's going to move across here. Which he just about gets there. Move them and take a point of shock off. Right, Saxon missiles. 2 hits. And 1 point of shock. Probably should have got them to concentrate on the shield wall there. Okay, Squad Leader 1, Big Mac Dougal. I think he's going to get the line to advance. And they'll advance to the missiles here. So they go 13, less 2 anyway is 11. And in fact, if they come over this side, lose another 3 for that, but they contact the missiles and missiles are gone. Now things are not looking so good for the Saxons. They've got very depleted ranks here. 1 command initiative. Elflager needs to get away from that group. He's on 1 command initiative. And they're going to get surrounded and cut off. Scotti Leader 2 will take 2 points of shock off. Saxon Leader 1, he can detach. He's sorely needed back here. He goes 10. Well, I think he'll go over here. But, oh, he's only got 1 command initiative. He's wounded. Oh dear. I'll take them off. Scotti missiles will fire at these Hearthguard, I think. 2 hits. No effect. Old Haggis, he'll take that point of shock off. And the skirmishers will move up now and pepper the left flank. 2 hits. 1 shock. Now I messed up earlier. I thought these were the missiles, they were the skirmishers. So the missiles are over here. They've got a... where can they go? They'll probably come around the back. Lose 1 for shock. They go 11. That's the end of the turn. Saxons getting boxed in to the corner, quite literally. They're in a pickle. Okay, Scotti skirmishers. 5 dice this time because Haggis is getting involved. That's 2 hits and 2 shock. Up to 3. And the other skirmishers at the Hearthguard. 1 hit. No effect. Saxon Leader 1 will take off that shock. Right, so the Scotti cavalry are up now. I'm going to get the skirmish cavalry to move over here and join up. And I want them on the far side. So they can go all the way around, like so. Again, they're ready to attack. Right, Scotti Leader 1. He will tell this lot to, although within 2 inches they can join up. and I'll take the point of shock off. So now no longer excess. Saxon leader 2, take off shock here. Scotti missiles will fire at this group. 4, 5, 6 to hit, 2 hits. 4, 5 shock, 6 kill, 1 shock. Back up to 3. Neeps just with 1 command initiative, so he'll take off 1 point of shock. And finally, Lord Edwin, I guess, yeah, what's he going to do? He'll take a point of shock off. He's in a real dilemma here. I think he's got to move them there and get them to join up. 2, 3, just to bolster that group there at the end of the turn. Right, Scotti missiles will again fire at this group. 1 hit and another shock. Right, Scotti skirmishers. Well, this lot's going to come over here now. Which they do. And they will fire at this group. No effect. And the other group again firing with the noble. Old haggis, so 3 hits and 4, 5, 6 shock, 2 shock. So they've gone up to 4 now. Saxon leader 2 will just take 1 of those points of shock off, back to 3. Scotti leader 2, Neeps, take that point of shock off. So the Scotti, stand faster group at the end, are completely shockless. And whilst I remember, I'll play rally for that left-hand group. I can take off 5, which is that amount of shock. Right, Lord Edwin is up now. I think he's got to do something because he cannot afford that huge formation of Scotti to pour down on his depleted numbers at the moment. He might go for the kill with Lord Ronal over there. He's got a couple of cards, Carpe Diem and Aggressive Charge, so they cannot evade. Got a couple of extras for that, and obviously Aggressive Charge. So he'll take off 2 points of shock. And they're in. Okay, this could be really interesting. So I'll just make sure I've got the groups correctly mustered. So Saxons first, it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, 17, 18. And the Scotti will have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 because of the beer. Hitting on 3s with Aggressive Charge. So not bad. I can 4 on that one. Oh, I have to be 5 on each, I guess. And coming back, hitting on 4s. Is 4 on each. Alright, on the skirmish cavalry, actually raider cavalry, it is 2 shock. I'm thinking that's right because they're acting as raider cavalry, i.e. warriors, but they are raiders. And the other group, 2 shock. I've got to say, there's a portentous signs that the Saxons have. So they will add 2 shock. I think they'll add 2 shock to this lot. Should have said that at the beginning, but I forgot. So there'll be excess. Right, coming back on this side. 2 kill. Is one of them the noble? No. 1, 2. Left hand group, 2 kill, 1 shock. Is one of the kills on Lord Edwin? It's not. 1, 2, 4, nothing. Oh dear. Neither have excess shock, so withdraw a minimum of 6. If excess shock, no, add 2. So that's all that happens there. These have excess shock, so they go back 1. These guys have to charge forward 2 dice 6 because of the beer, and they go straight back in, which may not be good for them. And Ronal has to go with them. So we fight again. Right, this time the Saxons have 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 12, plus 5 is 12. The Scotti will have 4, losing 1 for the shock, 5, 6, 7 for being drunk, plus 5 is 12. Right, everybody's hitting on a 4, 5, 6 now. That's not bad from the Saxons. And coming back, there's 5, 2 on there and 3 on there. Okay, what is the damage on the cavalry? 1 kill, 1 shock. Left hand group, right hand group, 2 shock. Excess. Left hand group, 1 kill, 1 shock. Is the kill on Lord Edwin? It's not. Alright, so net 1. If excess shock, fall back 1 inch per. Yes, 1. Advance. 1 more round. So Saxons are on 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Now Scotti will be on 4. Last one is 3 plus 8. 9 for the booze. 3 hits from the Saxons. And that's cocky for 5 hits from the Scotti. Right, damage on the cavalry is 3 shock. They will be, that's excess. Right hand group, nothing. Oh, lucky. 2 kill. Is one of the kills on Edwin? It's not. 1, 2. So they're excess. Well, first of all, fall back 2 inches because they lost by 2. They can stay with them, but they're broken. So they rout, and that is Lord Edwin off the table. Bad things happen. 4. Saxons are down to 4. These guys have to go back 2 because they've got excess shock, so they can't follow up. I'm saying they can't follow up even though they're drunk. Yeah, they can't, surely. And Elf Lager's up now. I think he can only really take off that 1 point of shock there. At least they're now not excess. Okay, leader 1 is up. So the Scotti are going to get in there. -1 pip per dice. Ha! There you go, 3 inches. Oh dear, they're all geared up. You hardly get anywhere. Dear oh dear. Oh, what a letdown. Right, Scotty Lord is up. Well, actually, this is the first time he can actually do anything. He'll take on 4 points of shock. Very useful. And that's the end of the turn. Right, situation critical. The Scotty wall is approaching. The remnants of the Saxon shield wall. Lord Edwin is off the table. He's got to get a 5 or 6 to come back on, but ultimately his right flank has collapsed. And it's only a matter of time. Okay, I'm going to play a step 4th, which is going to be for Ronal. And you can only use 2 command initiatives here. He'll take off 2 points of shock. But they will be ready to attack when the cavalry card comes up, which unless they get out of the way, they're in trouble. Right, Big MacDougall is up again. So here we go. They still lose 1 pip per dice. See if they can make it this time. Oh God, they have 2 inches. This is the slowest charge ever. Brilliant. They obviously don't fancy it. Edging forward. It's a massive line. Dear oh dear. Righty, Scotty cavalry are up. They can't do anything, so it's just left to the raiders here. They'll charge in. Easily make it. Right, the Saxons will have 2. Scotty will have 4. 5 for the booze. 6, 7 plus 5 is 12. Okay, Scotty first, hitting on 4, 5, 6. That's a pretty good hit, all against one group, obviously. In reply, nothing. Oh dear. Right, damage on the warriors is 2 kill and 2 shock. Well, they're going to be broken anyway. Is Elf Lager killed? He's not. So I think Elf Lager can run away, so we'll come over here. He'll go 7. So he doesn't make it. I'm assuming, therefore, that these guys can follow up. They go 5. And, well, they've caught up with Elf Lager. Right, first of all, bad things happen for the warrior group. Saxons are on 3 force morale. Right, well, I think here old Elf Lager's captured, but they don't want to capture him, they want to kill him. So I'm going to fight the combat. Elf Lager gets 1 dice, misses. It's got to get that, and they need a 6 to kill him, I think. And he's dead. Bad things happen, noble being killed, 5. That's 2 points, and the Saxons are on 1. Scotty Lord is up, he can't do anything. Saxon Lord, can he come back on the table? No. Scotty missiles. They can't do anything there. Scotty skirmishers, 5. 2 hits. No effect. The other group of skirmishers, 2 hits. They're on the hearth guard. 2 shock, wow. And Saxon leader 2, he's just got, well, you know, he's only 1 command initiative. He'll take off 2 points of shock here, but end of the turn. Right, first card up is Lord Edwin. I don't think he wants to be coming back on. Oh, he actually does, but he can't do anything this time. He's just sort of loitering on the edge of the battlefield, looking over and going, okay, I think I'll stay here. Skirmishers again. 3 hits. And 1 shock. So I'll just go straight back on. The other skirmishers, 2 hits. On the Hearthguard, no effect. Sax Leader 2, take a point of shock off. Right, Big Mac Dougal. He's up. They've surely got to get in this time. There is no deductions on the dice. So, is everybody going to get in? No. They're definitely in though. Right, so I'm not going to allow these 2 groups to fight because they're too far up the line. Work out some dice. Saxons will have 5 plus 7 is 12, 13, 14, 15 because they're elite, 16. In fact, the elites don't get one because these are noble raiders, so I'll take one off. Whereas the Scotti have 1, 2, 3, 4, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, Scotti first. We're hitting on 4s, 5s and 6s, so that's not bad. Because it's on 3 groups. I have the extra 1, yeah, extra 1 on this group here. Right. Coming back. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, 2, 3, 2, 3. Right, right-hand group, which is the Hearthguard. 1 kill and 1 shock. Excess. That is 1 kill and 2 shock. Is the kill on Elf Porter? It's not. And on the left-hand group, 1 kill and 3 shock. So they're up to 5 shock and 1 kill. So that's 3 kill total. Right, Noble Raiders. Ooh, look at that. 2 kill, 1 shock. I've got a hammering there. Is one of the kills on Big Mac? It is, so he's wounded. Bad things happen. It's a loss of 1. And 1 kill. Next group. That is 2 shock. Oh, look, they're taking a hammering here. 1 kill, 2 shock. Here's the kill on the Noble. It's not. So they're on 2 kills. And finally, no effect. Right, so it's net 1 to the Scotti. Withdraw if excess shock. These guys do. They go back 1. So they can all stay in formation. The Scotti will advance. And we have another round of combat. Right, this time the Saxons will be on 3, 8, 9, 10. Scotti 6, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22. Okay, not quite so good there. 2, 2, 2. And I have 1 on that and 1 on that. Saxons coming back. Ooh, just 3. Okay, one on there, and I guess one on there. Right, Hearthguard damage, 1 shock, and that is enough to break them. Well, that was lucky because there were no kills there, but they're broken. That is 2 shock and 1 kill. Is that on the noble? Ooh, cocky. It is. Elf Porter's dead. So it's bad things happen for him, bad things happen for them. Noble killed. The Saxons are running away. I mean, that's -1 on force morale. They're down to 0. They've broken anyway. That's Hearthguard breaking. 1, which is another 1. They've gone. It's curtains and 2 shock here. It's irrelevant really. What damage did the Saxons do? Nothing. 1 shock and nothing. It's game over. The Scotti have done a number on the Saxons, who got penned, penned into the corner. I was going to say pinned, but they only got penned into the corner. Limited space to manoeuvre. The cavalry came round on Saxon right flank, demolished that, and the rest of the Scotti rumbled forward, did the business. So that's it, Edwin. You've had your lot. You've blown it. You've spent all your money. You've lost virtually every battle and skirmish. So that is it. Goetterdaemmerung.
Well, an exciting battle there, but actually towards the end of that it was one way, and Saxons got a bit of a hammering. The Scotti lost 2 raider cavalry, 2 noble raider cavalry, 2 raiders, 1 noble raider, and 1 skirmish cavalryman killed. That's a total of 8, which are light losses. Whereas the Saxons lost 2 nobles, Elf Lager and Elf Porter, 8 Hearthguard and 24 warriors. They really are pretty brittle, and I think it's the 5s and 6s of the kills which really hammers them, as opposed to the 6 killing an elite or a raider. Unsurprisingly, they are heavy losses. On the results table then, it is +2 for a successful battle won, +2 for enemy nobles killed, -1 for own troops killed, +5 for enemy troops killed, for a net +8. That means the Scotti gain a further tribune's tribute in wealth, sufficient followers to replace the men immediately and recruit an additional group, which will be 4 noble raider cavalry with a status 2 noble who must fight mounted. So that's good news for the Scotti. The Saxons, however, will take a further 10 months to recover from that disaster. From the campaign perspective, if Goetterdaemmerung was May 622, Din Eidyn, the province capital, will be falling in August to the Scotti. Lord Edwin, if he were to continue, would not be able to muster any troops until May AD 623. For poor old Edwin, he splashed his cash, the last of his cash, on mercenaries for that battle, and it didn't do him any good. He can't pay his king any dues at the end of the year, and he is now declared an outlaw, a pauper, and he disappears from this scenario. And that is where I think I will leave the campaign in the Old North for the moment. It's been fantastic fun. I've learned a lot, and I think it's been some real good narrative between the two sides. I will continue Dux in another format, looking at some larger battles and campaigns, but for now, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have. See you next time.